Hey, what's up guys, this is the Second Gaming YouTube channel. So we are going to talk about the new report that states that Microsoft will start developing its own chipsets. So let's get started. Please note that all of these said information are still not 100% accurate as these processors are still not out in the public yet, and the following has been told on the leaks and rumors, but this is what we can expect. In the year 2020, lots of things has happened, but most importantly in the tech world, processors are being developed and newly made. And more news are coming up, like Microsoft is reported to make its own chipsets for its servers and Surface Duos. It is also reported to even make chipsets for the Microsoft AZURE cloud servers. It is not surprising to use ARM based chips on the PC side, and the brilliant performance of the Apple's M1 has proved the feasibility of the plan. Self-developed server chips used in the data centers also indicate that more and more companies are starting to use self-developed chips to get dependence on other chipset companies, especially Intel. In 2020, it seems that Intel will not have a good time as Apple also now uses its own chipset for the new Mac and MacBooks, and now even Microsoft is going to follow the same footsteps and get rid of Intel. So the Surface chip diversification began a year ago. In fact, as early as last year, Microsoft has announced that its new Surface Laptop 3 and Laptop Pro X devices will not come with Intel processors. Instead, they will work closely with AMD and Qualcomm to produce custom processors for its Surface series, making Surface chips diversify and not just rely on Intel. In terms of cooperation with AMD, Microsoft has added an additional graphics core to the 12nm Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 Surface components based on the AMD's Zen Plus. It is also optimized to make more suitable and light Surface Laptop 3. The general manager of AMD's semi-custom division said in an interview with The Verge that we spent really tens and thousands of hours of code development and co-engineering hand in hand with Microsoft, not just optimizing the CPU and GPU but also system power management, pen, touch, memory bandwidth, firmware and drivers to deliver the highest graphics laptop performance ever in a very thin and light form factor. In terms of cooperation with Qualcomm, Microsoft used the sq2 processor, a custom chip based on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8cx. In its Surface Pro X, the company improved the performance of its CPU and GPU. The Microsoft sq2 is an 8-core processor, and it is the first processor with the fastest Cairo CPU reaching 3 GHz. In this regard also, Microsoft engineer had issued a message. He said that these Cairo kernels are suitable for Windows and can balance the high performance and energy consumption. The Surface X2 uses the sq2 chip cooperating with Qualcomm. Self-developed server chipsets to improve cost performance. Compared to self-developed computer processor chips, Microsoft will be interesting based on ARM self-server chips. Prior to this, Amazon, Microsoft's own cloud computing competitor, launched its own ARM Gravitation 2 processor chip a year ago to improve performance and cost advantages and get on the track. They think that their chipsets are more suitable for their needs compared with the shelf chips mainly provided by Intel. It has cost and performance advantages. Microsoft may start to develop its own chips for the same consideration. In 2017, Microsoft announced that it was cooperating with a number of ARM vendors. They include Qualcomm and Cavium to run ARM chips on Windows Server, but it was only used in Microsoft's own data server for the purpose of evaluating Azure services. Microsoft believes that ARM-based servers are very effective for internal cloud service applications such as storage, search, big data, machine learning workloads. In the recent years, Microsoft has increased its recruitment of engineers after Qualcomm abandoned its server chip business. A large number of talents have been lost. In a recent post from Microsoft, it mentioned that Microsoft's work on the ARM64 servers in its data center may be a contribution of the company's plan announced in 2017. Nowadays, more and more companies are beginning to find new solutions to cope with the massive data supporting cloud computing and smartphone production. After the automation of artificial intelligence chipset design, it has triggered a frenzy of new chipset design, especially for those with huge data centers. As far as the company is concerned, the consideration of power consumption is becoming more and more important. At this time, ARM based chipsets becoming more energy efficient and better choices. So this is what we have for today, guys. What do you think? Will Microsoft be able to make better performing and battery efficient chipsets than Intel and follow Apple? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. Subscribe to this Tech and Gaming. Thank you.